Hey guys, what's up? Spectre here. And in a past video, I walked you through the gangs of Cyberpunk, but I think it's time to discuss the other entities shaping Night City, the Megacorporations. Let's get into it. First, I'll be discussing the Megacorporations that are a bit more prevalent in the game's marketing, and then I'll jump into some of the others that we may see once the game releases. The first of those is Militech. You've seen them in trailers and even in the 50-minute gameplay video. This corporation has plenty of muscle, and it isn't afraid to throw that strength around. Based out of the eastern United States, Militech works with police and military forces. They manufacture everything from firearms to heavily armored combat vehicles, and even civilian security systems. And while they specialize in products that should make people feel safe, in theory, their success and profit has come at the cost of suffering and large-scale conflict across the globe. Founded in the 1900s by Sasai Arasaka, this megacorp of the same name is another major weapons developer and a direct rival to Militech. With conflicts between both corporate entities ramping up to catastrophic levels, which I've discussed in a separate video that you can check out at the end of this one, or by clicking in the top right now, Katastrophe actually plays a major part in Arasaka's history, as they became the wealthiest corporation following the economic collapse of 1994. Using shrewd business tactics, the company would grow exponentially, absorbing smaller companies and retooling their infrastructure. This is the growth that would lead to a literal arms race with Militech, one that would end in a corporate war, culminating in a nuclear attack on Night City itself. This corporation's history is directly linked with that of the setting of the game in a unique way. Lazarus is a similar corporation with a focus on paramilitary contractors, so we may see them in a smaller role in 2077. They're known for providing highly trained mercenaries from smaller, highly specialized units to entire infantry divisions. They've taken part in the urban unrest of 2014, the European bushfire wars of 2018, and by 2020 were the largest military contractor in the world. It'll be interesting to see what's changed by 2077. Cybercorps will be your go-to for cybernetic hardware, anything that's essentially grafted onto or into the human body and interfaces with your central nervous system. Kuroshi Optics is just one of those corporations. According to the wiki, Kuroshi started as two different companies, Kuroshi Optics and Kuroshi General Cybernetics, with optics being the lion's share of their business. Some of their most famous products include OptiFlash, which protects the user from light-based weapons, like flashbang grenades, OptiShield, and even the heads-up display that we saw in the demo. Perhaps a few of those other products will make an appearance as well. Another such company is Dynalar, which we saw back in the very first announcement trailer for the game. In fact, they're the ones who manufactured the Mantis arms that we see in that trailer as well. They're also known for a large offering of chrome-plated limbs, another cybernetic augmentation that we've seen in 2077. If you're not interested in looking shiny or seeing better, perhaps you'd be interested in enhanced sound, just not the way that you're probably thinking. Dekai Sound Systems, in collaboration with Sci-Fi Cyberware, manufacture a range of products aimed at enhancing your voice. Their new throat modification, for example, will allow you to shatter the ground with the sound of your scream. Firearms and cybernetics are not the only weapon in the world of cyberpunk, as media coverage has been weaponized by corporations and politicians alike, in an effort to slander one another and cover up their own misdeeds. Network News 54, Diverse Media Systems, and World News Service are just three of the 24-hour news services running in Night City. All three are thought to have been bribed by various government officials. We've seen news coverage from what I believe is Network News 54 here in this screenshot. They're the largest network, followed by Diverse Media Systems. And finally, Agracorps. They're the entities manufacturing the food of the future, pushing GMO tech further than we can in the modern day, and creating entire new strains of crops, like wheat, which are crucial in the manufacturing of fuel. And while that seems kind of boring compared to military outfits and cyberware companies, it's worth pointing out that these corporations are at the center of much of the strife that we've seen in promotional material. If you zoom in on this shot in particular from an old trailer, you can make out some of the headlines, in which it references the theft and redistribution of those fuels to impoverished groups of the city. This fuel, known as its chemical name CHOOH2, is manufactured by Petrochem, a Russian company known for a slightly inferior product that sells at a lower price. There's also BioTechnica, who also deal in GMO-rich foods, and are actually the original inventors of this eco-friendly, futuristic fuel. Although don't take their clean energy efforts as an act of pure altruism, as they do make a tidy profit, licensing that formula to other companies. And that's it for this dive into the megacorporations of Cyberpunk. Make sure to sub for more coverage of Cyberpunk 2077, including detailed news updates. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.